So, what's the best place to view all of the fun downtown activities? Well, I'm going to show you what that looks like from a bird's eye view here in downtown Coeur d'Alene. So, I'm actually standing on the 16th floor of a wonderful spot called One Lakeside Place. And if you guys were up here, you would be able to see all throughout the seasons all of the cool things that downtown Coeur d'Alene has to offer. So, come on a quick tour. I'm going to show you all the fun spots. I'm going to give you a list of some of the cool things that are going to be coming to town that are always on the schedule throughout the year. And then there's always some fun extras that they throw in just for fun. Follow along. I'm going to show you all those cool things. So like I said, I am standing here on the 16th floor. There's this private terrace that is up here. And you have the most spectacular views of Lake Coeur d'Alene, downtown. You can see the Spokane River as well. One of the things that I absolutely love is that little stretch of land right out in front of me. This is called the Fort Grounds. This is the park right here downtown. This little point right here is called Independence Point. And then following around, there's some really cool things off of Independence Point here. So this point right out there where you see the seaplanes, they offer seaplane rides, scenic flights. You can rent paddle boards there in the summertime. Super fun for the entire family, fun with friends. That's also where a lot of the cruise ships take off for the Coeur d'Alene Lake Cruise that they host out here. They have a really fun one, and it's every Thursday morning from May until August. It's called the Mimosa and Yoga Cruise. Super fun. You can get together with your friends, have a mimosa, do some yoga, and it's all while being out on the lake. So the other cool thing right here, and I don't know, for all my exercising fans and all of my triathletes, this right down here is the local park. This is actually where they have the Ironman transition. And what the cool thing about that staging area is right there on that beach is where the swim takes place. You start off there, you swim out into the lake there about half a mile each way, out and back. Then you transition there, you hop on a bike, and the bike will take you all the way, as I'm following along here, the bike course will start there in the transition, then you follow Sherman all the way down, go all the way down to Higgins Point, which is at the other end of the lake, and then come back and it'll bring you all the way around the opposite side of the lake there. So you're doing a total of 56 miles. And then you come down Sherman Avenue, hop off your bike, and you start running for half a mile. So that is the Ironman, the half Ironman actually, that they have here in Coeur d'Alene. That's actually coming up in June. Another fun thing that they have in June is called Cartolanes. And what they do is here on Sherman Avenue itself, it's a whole bunch of super cool old cars. Basically a parade for cars, if you will, but super old cars, really fun. Great time to invite some friends, family, come and see all of the cool things about that. That, again, that's typically in June. And then there's a bunch of half marathons. I know this is all like regarding exercise right now, but there's a lot of half marathons over there in McEwen Park. That's where the Coeur d'Alene Marathon starts. I've done that one time. And then I've done multiple half marathons for the Coeur d'Alene Marathon. That takes place actually in May. The other thing that's super fun is all from right up here, and you can see it all go down if you lived here. But the cool thing about this is right across the way at Christmas time, you see the marina there. They offer a really great tree lighting experience and Christmas parade, actually. So they make a big to-do about it. It's right after Thanksgiving. They light the tree. They have fireworks. You can see it right off here, right off the lake here. Great view of that. That's super fun. It's super chilly, but super fun. This is actually also where they host the 4th of July parade. The cool thing about that is you can see it all go down right below here. So right down here, goes right along Sherman. And that is just a super, super fun time. Fun for the whole family. They close off the streets. Super festive. Everything is just red, white, and blue. There is just nothing not to love about it. So that's another super fun one. That obviously is the morning of 4th of July. Another cool thing is they have one of the best fireworks shows I have ever seen every 4th of July evening here, right off the lake there. But there's a barge that goes out in the middle of the lake, shoot off fireworks. You should see the amount of boats that are out in the water too. It's just super fun to be able to watch that all go down from the lake itself, which is a super fun option, and it stays light until about 9:30 here. So the fireworks show, it tends to be fairly late into the evening, but that's a great, great fun for the whole family. And I can't tell you how many times we've had friends come into the area, and it's just always just such a hit. Another thing is there's a lot of fun restaurants that are not only new in town, but of great spots that are just easy, walkable. So you have Beverly's, which is obviously at the resort there. On Sherman, right there, you'll see just past the crane there is the new Thomas George building. They just put twigs down there at the bottom. There's probably about 10 to 12 tables there. Fun little spot if you need just a quick bite. On Sherman, there's also Shiki if you're into sushi. I know here at this is an extension of the resort that they're just building here. They're going to have a couple of really fun restaurants there, which I'm really excited about having just a few more options here in town. They're just opened up a new Italian restaurant. It's called Pasta Posto. Super excited. We're actually going to be trying that out this weekend. I love the idea that there's some new options in town, right close and walkable to everything as well, right there on the corner of 5th and Sherman. At the far end of Sherman, you have Crafted, which is a brewery. Wonderful hamburgers. If you are into that, super great food, great beers, wines, cocktails, all that fun stuff. Right here on Lakeside, you have Seasons. That's American Fare lunch and dinner. That's a great spot if you're looking for something a little bit more formal. There's Whoops Cafe, which is a fun little coffee bar, and they really specialize in their little macaroons. There's a couple other little coffee places here in town. Evans Brothers, that's on 5th. There's also Coeur d'Alene Coffee Company, which is great coffee, fun atmosphere as well. And then one of my favorites, to be honest, is, and I tend to do this often with my girlfriend, more so in the summer months. But if you get up bright and early, because it gets early, really, really early, it gets bright early in the morning. Gosh, around 4:30 or 5, sometimes the sun feels like it's coming up here. We'll go for a bike ride, and then what we'll do is get coffee at the resort. And then we sneak out and sit on the balcony, and it's so much fun just Being out there bright and early in the morning, you have the entire view to yourself. Nobody's typically up as early as we are, so that's been super a fun little special vacation moment, if you will, right in our backyard. And so that's a really great option as well. And then if you're just looking for fun things to do, they just closed down because it's February, but they just closed down the ice skating rink over in McEwen Park. Um, for summer months, Tubbs Hill, which is the mountain right up mountain slash hill right in front of me, notoriously known for that little tree there out on that little peninsula. But that's a great, just over 3 mile hike all the way around. You get fabulous views for a good portion of that hike, which is nice. I'm always a sucker for a good hike with exceptional views, and that really checks the boxes on that one. Another thing that you can do is rent a boat at the resort marina. You can do just a couple hours or for a full day. That's a super fun thing to do when family comes into town, or if you just need a needed little break. That's a great way to just get your fix of a boat, but not actually have all the maintenance cost of it. So you could do that here right at the resort, which is super great. And just again, just spectacular views. A lot of things happening here locally that you can enjoy, the summer festivities, the winter festivities, and it's just a great way to enjoy life in this small town. Like I said, from a bird's eye view here on the 16th floor of One Lakeside. Cool thing about One Lakeside is it's a condo tower slash hotel. So if you want to try it before you buy it, this is a great place to do that at. You can rent one of the condos for vacationing here. And then if you love it, there's always something, typically, always something for sale. So if you guys have questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always here to help. I'm here to answer, and I would love to hear about what you guys would love to hear a little bit more about here in Coeur d'Alene.